Podketeers.
Beep boop bop, boo boo bop, boo boo beep. Beep boop bop, indeed. There's been so much beep boop bopping around because of Fantastic Four.
Uh-huh.
There's last week when we recorded right before Comic-Con, I completely forgot Comic-Con was happening last week, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember editing the last episode, which, again, super fun game. I want to do the Muppet thing again at some point.
Yeah.
But as I was editing, I was like, man, there's all this news from Comic-Con. But Disney didn't have this massive presence like they normally do, right? There was some Disney stuff here and there. There was like a good showing for Tron Ares, and there was some other stuff that they announced as well. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Marvel has been going through this restructuring of the next phase or two, trying to figure out what they want to keep, what they want to redo, what they're gonna just completely axe from the plan entirely, and the fact that Fantastic Four just got released, and the reception to this film has been absolutely amazing. I know we're gonna talk about it later, Mel, because you had a chance to see the film.
I did.
But there's been a lot of promo stuff for it. Again, we'll get into it in a bit, but there was a video. I guess Comic-Con was much heavier, Tron Ares, and they did some stuff with Fantastic Four. There was a drone show with Galactus.
Hey.
There was Brian sent me a couple of videos of stuff that was happening at Comic-Con. I'm going to see if I can quickly pull it up right now. But there was this one guy that, who sent me was it Anita that sent me the video? Or my brother? Anyway, there was a guy that cosplayed as Galactus, but his thing, his cosplay was massive.
Yeah.
There was this whole video of how he becomes Galactus, and they were showing him putting all of the pieces on. The LA Times ended up okay, so it was Brian, because Brian sent he sent me the LA Times article, or the feature that they did on him. Let me quickly bring that over here, because that is absolutely a fantastic cosplay. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the pieces were 3D printed, and the cool thing for me is that because I've been doing a lot more 3D printing, a lot of these things feel like, oh, I could definitely do that, right? That seems like a fun project to do at some point. But this one, this was just massive.
This one took work and time and effort.
Oh,
and
jeez. Oh, is this
yeah. That it would be terrible to have to use the restroom when you're walking on those things.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my
anxiety just does
goodness.
that.
No, yeah, I'm gonna go with absolutely not, thank you. I was okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what every cosplayer goes through at some point, right? Especially the more elaborate that your costume gets, or the more elaborate that your cosplay gets, you do have to worry about things like that, because if you don't have, it's not like everything has a quick zipper on it, right? It, when I'm trying to bring this up as quickly as possible. I should have had it ready. I'm so sorry. But if you think about all the pieces that go into something like this, it took multiple people to help him put the cosplay on.
Yeah.
So, okay, here, I found the video. Let me bring this up here. All right. And let's bring this up. Boop. All right, so here we go. So this was actually posted by the LA Times Entertainment account over on Instagram. So here's all of the pieces. The person in the cosplay, they go by extreme_costumes. That's their
Perfect.
account. And look at all these. So it does look like there are a lot of 3D pieces, like 3D
Yeah.
printed pieces. There's all these like foam paddings and stuff like that to add to the costume itself. But he's on stilts.
He
Mm-hmm.
is.
Okay, like if it
It's
wasn't difficult
layers.
enough, yeah, like if it wasn't difficult enough to
Oh my
put this costume
gosh.
on, he's also walking around on stilts.
Okay, so Galactic's his head, gosh, that has to be what, 2.5 feet tall?
I mean,
Cause his
imagine.
head, his face is literally where the neck is.
Right. So imagine this guy's neck strength to be able to like
Jeez.
hold that head up. His
Ugh.
back strength to be able to walk around on the stilts and to I mean, he's balancing fairly well in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, let me see if I can bring up a video of his.
He's got to be 12 feet tall.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's insane watching this. There was a lot of videos posted on his page. Let me quickly share this one. This is from his page.
Oh my goodness. I give him credit because, man, uh, just wearing something on your head, on your shoulders, um, I mean, I've done it with, the scary teddy head thingy that I had, the helmet. That was just cardboard. And at the end of the night, I had like marks all over my neck because of the pressure. I have no idea how he did this. Like,
I
kudos.
I don't. I'm wondering how long he did this because obviously there's a lot of
Right.
videos that people posted, and I mean, for all we know, they were all posted within the same like 10 or 15 minute time frame that he walked around and he did the photo ops and stuff like that.
Right.
But this whole thing has to weigh like a good 80 to 100 pounds. If it's a bunch of plastic and stuff like that, the head alone is, a
Good.
good 15 or 20 pounds, I have to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
it's, I
not
mean,
just that, but electronics and everything.
yeah, it's got lights.
Right.
It's got, it's, yeah. I mean, luckily, like, some of the parts are just, like, padded pants and things to help, save
Right.
on weight. Hopefully, a lot of it's made out of, like, that EVA foam and things. But it looks impressive.
Yeah, impressive. I think is the least that we can call it.
Massive.
Because that I'm telling you, I look at these projects, and I get inspired by stuff like this, right? Because I'm always trying to find stuff to build. There's a project that I've been working on that I can't talk about on the podcast right now because the person that the project is for listens and or watches, and so it would spoil the surprise, right? But I'm
Right.
hoping, I know you guys know what it is. And so at some point, I'll be able to show pictures or reveal it, because it's been one of those 3D projects that has taken quite some time to put together. I'm really proud of how it came out. I'm like really happy overall with it, which makes me want to make bigger stuff, right? And it's funny when I see, for instance, there's a creator. I'm gonna see if I can find his Instagram because his name is Frank, but on YouTube and on Instagram, I believe his handle is Frankly Built. He was hired by Marvel. He's one of those creators that builds Iron Man suits. Like, he builds helmets. Like, I've learned a lot from watching his channel on YouTube. He talks a lot about printer settings and like how to optimize, the things that you're doing. Talks a lot about the finishing process so that you get that like glossy, like glassy look for stuff when it's started off as a piece of plastic. As a matter of fact, a lot of where I am with this project is from what I've learned from watching like the Frankly Built channel. That's one of the places where I've learned some of the tools that I've needed to work on this thing. And he was hired by Marvel to build Herbie as part of the world premiere for Fantastic Four. So here I have I don't. Is this the video? This is just a picture. I'm gonna bring it up anyway. But so this is from his Instagram.
Nice.
That's him and his friend Danny, I believe, is
Two
his
guys
name.
and Herbie the robot is what we're
Yeah,
looking
so
at here.
it's it's Danny and then Herbie and then Frank. If you're watching this on YouTube, in that order from left to right. And that's the little robot. He's actually a mechanical robot. Like, he rolls around and stuff, and he serves these drinks and stuff that they had at the world premiere. But he was taken out to London, and he was able to see the set of Fantastic Four, the ship. He was able to see the real Herbie in action and everything. Let me see if I can bring if there's a video of him working on this that I can quickly show you that YouTube won't. Nah, I don't want to show the YouTube one, obviously, because you just go find him. But oh, here's actually where it started. So this is a good post. So this was the final product, right? Put a little bow tie on him and stuff. But most of the projects start off like this. It's just multiple printed pieces that you start piecing together.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I'm telling you, this is the type of stuff that I love to watch because it's inspiring to see where they started and where they end up. And for him to show the process of how they added the mechanics and the motors in order to move his arms, to move the head, to get the body to move. This is when they started finally piecing everything together. Here's a more advanced version of the eyeballs moving once they had the motors installed. If you're just listening to this, you may want to go to the YouTube version of the podcast so that you can see some of these in action.
Or you can go to
Frankly_built on Instagram, exactly. But here's the motor, with the wheels that were installed and, how they mounted Herbie. Here's a part of the body. And then here's... He's very, very R2-D2 coded in the color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's super fun. So here's the three of them again, Danny, Frank, and the little Herbie that they made. And then this is them at the premiere.
That is so cool.
This is... And I think... I forgot what episode, what we were talking about exactly, where we had mentioned, like, what does Imagineering look like? Like, how do you become an Imagineer? And, like, this is the type of stuff, right? Just building things, getting, really good at the things that you like to do, take your passion and, like, take it to the next level. Because this is all he does. Like, all of his content is about 3D printing and finishing and creating cosplay and creating props. And... to get to the point in your career where you're so good at creating these items and finishing into these like slick looking parts that even Marvel's like, hey man, we want to get you to come over and build this thing for us for our world premiere. That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
I think that's like a level a lot of us strive to be, at. So, congratulations, Frank and Danny, on this amazing build. I think it was they're not gonna watch this channel, but still,
You don't know.
I don't know. But congratulations to both of them because I think it looks great, and getting an opportunity to have one of your creations highlighted as part of the world premiere of a film, I think is super cool. But yeah, it's been. It's funny because the same day that I saw this video, I had the whole building robots and animatronics and everything in my head. And a quick shout out to one of our FGP Squad members, Nicole, because she had reached out and she had just been listening to the episode where we were talking about what I have now officially dubbed the Waltomatronic. And when she mentioned that the first thing she thought of when they made the announcement and that it was officially available at Disneyland was the episode where we Armchair Imagineered Main Street and where we talked about Walt and the walking Walt footsteps. And so my response was, yeah, I mean, all we need now is the VR goggles to have Walt walk us around the park and tell us about the creation. And I think that's the next step. I think if Imagineering listens to the last episode and understands that we said a lot of what we said with love, and they go back and they fix everything, like Andrew said, like, let's just invest more money, just fix it, right? in that process, if they just so happen to add a VR component to the whole thing, and then we get like Walt VR, which, I mean, let me ask you a question. I actually just thought about this. So we've seen a lot of like AI, like creations that just look horrible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you own the likeness of something, I think you have a better opportunity of getting something to look really good. Not that I really approve of AI. I mean, we heard even Guillermo del Toro just tear it apart at Comic-Con this last weekend. And it's funny too, because there wasn't much more information that came out, but Disney was suing Mid-Journey or something like that, along with NBC, because of the AI, because they were basically scraping all of the Disney content, the NBC Universal content, in order to create their AI like art. And the way that they found out was, I think they ran a test where and I'm paraphrasing the prompt, but the prompt essentially said something like Ice Queen animated, something like that, right? Like it was really vague, but it had enough that the first thing that came to mind was a depiction that was very clearly Elsa, or a depiction of Elsa, right? And so with those vague prompts, you could tell that it was scraping Disney art in order to create these new pieces. And so that's kind of where the lawsuit started. And that's kind of where it is right now. It hasn't really advanced, so there isn't much more to talk about it at this point. But if we had a VR Walt, given that it's a video version, and they could kind of clip videos from like the Wonderful World of Disney, it's like an easier, I think it's almost like an easier recreation that would be more true to Walt. Let's suppose that they did go with like a VR situation, right, instead of what we have now as the animatronic. Do you think that a VR version at this point would have been better accepted over the animatronic and the way that it looks? Or do you think that the stigma of using AI and the complexities and the legalities of what AI currently is, that people would be like, ooh, VR Walt, yeah, no go on that one?
What if we were to not use Walt as AI, but with their own, like, if a company's gonna use, let's say Disney, if Disney's gonna use AI, if it's their own stuff, that's a different story because it's their product. And but it's kind of tricky because you don't want to, it's kind of hard. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff with like family and whatnot, but let's say that we do have a VR, but instead of just an AI Walt, what if we, I loved it. I've always loved your idea of the tour, but what if you were to like get into a spot and then a clip of his would play in like a spot that would talk about it. So it's not necessarily AI, because AI these days is like really iffy with legality and all that stuff. I mean, I am sorry. It's. I have
So
a
you're
strong
kind of on the
opinion
still no. You're
Yes.
you're tipping more towards the no side
Correct.
of it, right? Okay. I'll tell you more where I stand in a moment. Andrew, where do you stand on this one?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, I can only think about the efficacy of having a bunch of people in VR headsets walking around the park. Like that there is already a legal issue if you're is your idea like they are roaming, or you are in a virtual, like you're in a like what a holodeck thing, the Lanny
Ah.
Smoot thing, where you're walking around and not actually
So
like,
I'm glad you're asking that.
because
I
that's
envision
more my issue than anything.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can effectively do any type of VR and people physically walk around, because you can barely walk around without a VR headset
Sure.
in the park, right? There's no
Correct.
way you can get around with an actual
Curbs.
headset. So, yeah, so I'm thinking, I mean, listen, when I was going to the park, I would roll my ankle on the tracks all the time on Main Street, and I knew
Right.
they were there, and I
Right.
still
Right.
would roll my ankle all the time. So that's not going to happen. I'm imagining more of like when Disney was doing things with the Void in downtown Disney, with some of the new tech, with like the Holo Tile, where it like you're walking in place, kind of simulating walking, and the room is around you. Because I love the idea, Mel, of having not necessarily having Walt give you the entire tour, but popping up in key locations and like bringing in the videos of like Wonderful World of Disney with the tweak where instead of it being like a flat video that you're watching in the headset, or like, you know, here like your tour guy, it's basically one of the plaids walking you around this like virtual tour, right? But
Right.
instead of like a flat video shown to you, there's, and I guess AI maybe isn't the best way to describe it. I think it's more of a virtual experience and like more of like motion graphic sort of thing, more CG than anything, where they create fake like depth maps for each of those videos, so that let's say you're watching the clip of Walt walk up to Rolly Crump or something as an example, and he's like, oh, tell me about this thing that you're building, and he's talking about the Tower of the Four Winds or whatever, and you're like, you know, you're at the point where you're in Fantasyland, you're talking about It's a Small World, and there's like a history piece about it being at the World's Fair and the Tower of the Four Winds and everything, but the clip that you see is Walt and Rolly talking about it, but this depth map makes it feel like they are 3D people, like they are physically there in front of you, because there's depth added to the rest of the video. So I guess AI isn't really the best representation of the idea, because AI tends to take things that exist to recreate something new, I guess, quote unquote new, right?
Kind of, yeah.
This would be something that exists, but you're adding this additional, as Walt would call it, plussing of the experience. You know what I mean? So it's still, it feels very much like a VR, like Walt, or AI Walt, I guess. I don't know if I would want them to use AI to recreate Walt's voice to say new things. They can do what they did with this one and just kind of clip things he's already said to make the new show. Does that clear up kind of where my idea stands for you, Andrew?
Yeah, sure. And my still issue stands with, like, I don't think that as a concept this is a bad idea. I think as a concept for Disneyland, this is unfeasible. Like, this is like a thing that gets pushed out to your headset at home, and you can walk around Disneyland and da 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 da. You know, that I just don't think there's enough infrastructure to be able to make this where enough people can do it and the line's not 50 hours long, because you could only have X amount of headsets and X amount of, you know, of the floors and all this stuff. So if it's something that they just make, and, you know, you can download it on your headset at home if you have one, then fantastic. I think that's a great thing. I just think it's not a, like, in my opinion, something that they would ever consider putting in Disneyland. I think they've been very much avoiding putting any sort of VR in the parks, just because of the, like, the germs of headsets, the complications of
Right.
headsets. Like, we've seen it with Mario. Like, you know, you have to have the whole thing, and then people aren't really, like, super excited about the Mario thing to begin with. So
Right.
that's
There goes my other idea.
and a lot of people get sick with VR too, which
Yeah,
you know,
they do.
it's-
I mean, I get what you're saying about the park, but I don't know. I feel like if they stuck it back at Downtown Disney, just like the Void, and it was
Sure.
a paid experience where you could, because the tours are a paid experience, right?
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I know somebody's gonna listen to that and be like, "Oh, why does it have to be paid?" It's like, well, the tour that you go on, the Walking Wall's
Everything's
Footsteps,
paid.
is
You
still
pay to get in
paid,
the
right?
park. Everything's paid.
Exactly.
Yeah. So why not do like a Void-like experience and bring something like that back to Downtown Disney?
Sure.
There's enough places and enough buildings that, before they become a Spirit Halloween at some point in Downtown Disney, they should do something like this and make it like,
Yeah.
another VR experience.
Well, and they don't. I mean, and the Void was never. I never saw a line outside of the Void.
It was
and maybe
controlled.
that was why it failed. But
Well, if it was Walt, I'm sure they would have a better.
sure, I think is a better home for it, just because of it's not going to be something everybody's clamoring to, because it would be an added cost, et cetera, et cetera. You have to reserve your time. It doesn't require the park ticket, so it also gives you a taste of the park without getting a park ticket, sort of thing.
I didn't even think about that
If
part.
you put it
I think that's
outside
a
of the park.
bonus.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's a bonus. No park reservation, no pass, no ticket. You could just
Right.
do the experience and enjoy it that way.
So can I share my?
Yeah, I'm
It's so
liking this
silly.
idea more
I
and
don't wanna
more
call
now,
it
though.
Stupid, but it when Andrew said that that yeah, you have to clean the goggles, which is true,
Uh-huh.
safety first. What I in my head I was like, oh, just wild idea. It's never gonna happen. But hear me out. People mover with the tiles, and you have your VR set, and everyone's just going on this one specific path, and you get the same thing, but you need to walk.
I mean,
I know it's trouble. I know it's.
No, I mean, listen, I think that the hollow tile itself, I know we're tossing out these ideas kind of tongue in cheek as we're like,
Yeah.
developing these things in our head. But I'm sure that Imagineers have these types of similar conversations, and in their head, the hollow tile isn't just a mechanic that they can use for people walking around. I'm sure that on a larger scale, they're thinking about how they can use this for attractions to simulate the moving and to simulate motion, to make it easier. I mean, I don't know how much more difficult it would be than the current mechanics that the motion simulator type attractions use now, like Star Tours, for instance.
Hmm.
But I can see a future where we can have exactly what you're saying, where we have like a people mover like experience, but it's on a hollow tile and it doesn't move, because then it's planted in a specific location where you get the experience of the things coming by you, and maybe there's some screens that simulate old Disneyland. Like, imagine a people mover attraction that you felt was moving on the track, and it took you through 1950s Tomorrowland, 1970s Tomorrowland, 1980s, 90s, 2000s, aside from all the other things that you used to see when you were on the People Mover. It takes you into the future. There's so many possibilities with what you can do with an attraction like that. So I'm sure that, honestly, of all these ideas, that's probably the most, like, plausible of everything we've shot out
Here I
right
am
now.
being like, I'll just tell my stupid idea.
Like, you were saying it's kind of a dumb. I don't think so. I think, honestly, it's probably one of the most probable ones of what we've talked about right now, given the technology that's out right now and what's available and in development at Imagineering.
I'll take a free pass, Disney.
I'm again, I would love for them to combine all this stuff and do the VR stuff. I think the VR is just a way of them enhancing. Like, I would have loved to have seen like a Tron VR experience, because it's like it's made for something like that, But this Walk-in Walt's Footsteps virtual edition, I know we talked about it in the Armchair Imagineering episode as part of Main Street, but the more we like kind of hash out the idea, I think you're right. I think it does have to be somewhere at like Downtown Disney, or like maybe even Disney Plus, or like you pay for an app where, 4 times a year they give you another video where they walk you through another area in the park or something like that. Or there's like, it's a free app with like the first 5 minutes of the tour for free, and then you can pay for other lands or something. You know what I mean? Kind of like an a la carte experience. I think you're right. I think that is the better solution for it. But a guy can dream, right?
Right.
Yep,
A guy can dream.
for free.
Exactly. Dreaming is free.
It sure is.
All right. I want to get into some other stuff that was happening. I do eventually want to talk about Fantastic Four. I want to hear your thoughts on it, Mel. We're planning on going to watch it soon, but I
Yay.
want to hear where you land on all of it. Before we do, I want to take a quick moment to thank a very special group of listeners and viewers known as the FGP Squad, our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. There you will find a list of some of our top contributors, some information about what the FGP Squad is all about, a link to our Patreon. But, in short, being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks like access to exclusive discount codes for Podketeers gear, additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon, like recently when for the last episode, where we had our what movies we would like to see the Muppets remake, we had some additional selections that were exclusive for the FGP Squad over on Patreon for them to see. You also get random giveaways, a special section of our Discord community, and more. So, again, if you're interested, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. And, of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Also, since we're talking about links, podketeers.com/links is where you want to go for all of our most commonly asked for links, including our latest episode, a link to the Quizneyland playlist. You'll also find a link to our Discord community, a link to the FGP Squad, any fundraisers that we're running with our official charity team, Teamboat Willie. You'll also find a link to our YouTube channel and our pal Larry's YouTube channel, Goofy Guys Adventures. If you like park streams, we recommend that you check out Larry's channel. He tends to go live from the parks 2 or 3 times a week. So check that out. Make sure that you say hi on behalf of us. We also have a link to our Armchair Imagineering episode, which is one of the things we were just talking about a moment ago. So again, podketeers.com/links is where you want to go. And set a bookmark, easy access, do the bloopity bloop and the beep boop bop, just like Herbie does, and then we can get back to the show. All right. Before we continue, speaking of the FGP Squad as well, I just want to send a quick shout out to our pal and FGP Squad member Heather. This year, we didn't get an opportunity to participate in the Chalk Walk. We are going to be participating in Walk for Hope, which is to raise money for finding cures and treatments for cancer. But hopefully we get to do Chalk Walk next year. It's one of the events that we've done multiple times. It's one of my favorite events of the year. But she is part of a team. I believe she said it's like park streamers and some creators. So. She's been raising money as part of that team. They are killing it.
Nice.
As of this recording, they are just over $34,000 raised. It is insane
awesome.
how much they have raised.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so if you are looking for a place to donate, if you want to donate to Chalk Walk, if you haven't done that, normally we would throw up a Teamboat Willie link, but we're not participating. But I told Heather over on Discord that selfishly I kind of feel like because she's part of our community and like part of our FGP family, that I kind of feel like we're a little involved. So if you want to donate to Heather's page. Go to the chalkwalk.org/Heather Jung. you will be able to donate to her page. I'm sure that there's plenty of other people that you can donate to, but I'm a supporting FGP Squad member, so
Of course,
head on
she
over
supported
and
us.
donate to
We're
Heather's
supporting
page.
her.
Yeah, it's super awesome. That's an amazing amount of money. Like,
That
you have
is.
no idea how much the Children's Hospital can do with something like that. So, to everyone on that
That's so
team,
awesome.
congratulations. That is awesome. And Heather, keep up the great work. Let's see. Let's talk about some Disney Plus perks, because I want people to know that if you have Disney Plus and D23 was like, "Hey, you want some free stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take some free stuff." And they're like,
Disney
"Well,
free?
like, get a load of this, me bucko. This is what you'll get." So, any Disney Plus subscribers will get a complimentary D23 Gold membership, which is
Yay.
kind of nice because the membership is normally what, like $100 for the single and 120, 130 for the double.
Something I forget. They changed the prices on it, so I'll have to look it up.
If it's the new pricing, I want to say it's closer to like $89 or something.
Let's see. Membership benefits. Choose a plan. Free. So there's the Gold Member Essential Plan, which I believe that's what this is, which is
Right.
$49.99 a year.
Okay,
There's
so
the
that's the
Gold
basic
Member
one.
Choice Plan, which is $99 a year, and then there's the Complete Plan, which is $300.
Well, since you're on that page, let's see which one this one matches up with, because I'll tell you what the perks are that come with the specific
I
Disney
guess
Plus
it's gonna
version.
be the cheap one, but we'll see.
Maybe. I mean, even then, it's still $50 that it's
Sure,
saving you
100%.
for just having Disney Plus, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this one comes with, of course, the gold membership card, and you get a cool little card and everything.
Uh-huh.
Then you get access to the digital version of Disney D23, which is the book that you get when you have
Okay, yep,
the
the
standard
magazine.
membership, the magazine. You get access to the D23 Gold member events, which they do a lot of stuff in the studio. They screen a lot of films. They do tours and stuff like that. You get access to the member offers and discounts, which, varies for a lot of different things. You get the fanfare newsletter. You get access to the general D23 events, and they have some sweepstakes.
Okay.
And then it says that this offer is specifically for one complimentary membership. So you can add on like the second one like you can with one of the other gold, like the official gold plans or
Sure.
anything. So which one does this match up to?
None of them.
Oh, really? Not
Yeah.
even the $50 one?
So this is basically like a virtual membership where they send you nothing. So they send you the gold member card, because the gold member essential plan comes with a commemorative pin, collectible magnet, gold member savings passport, special D23 Lorcana card. All those things aren't listed in there in the thing that you did. So you get access to Disney 23 digital publication, gold member events, member offers and discounts, and then the newsletter, the general events, and sweepstakes.
Interesting.
So it's a
Because-
secret, cheaper plan.
Well, because it's funny because a lot of the Disney Plus perks, this is something new that they started, I want to say back in March or May or something like that. I don't remember having the extent of these perks available with Disney Plus. But there's an actual page. If you go to perks.disneyplus.com, that's where you would go to unlock this free version if you're a Disney Plus subscriber. So you just log in with your Disney Plus subscription, your email password, and then it links to it, and then it says, congratulations, you have a free gold membership. But then there's other stuff like 6 months of Dash Pass if you use DoorDash, which is a weird one. But I guess if you're watching movies on a Friday night and you want a discount on having food delivered, for a night in or whatever, I guess it makes sense to partner up with somebody. You get early access to the specific Freakier Friday double feature thing that they're doing. I don't remember if it's with AMC or like through Fandango or something like that. But you get access to that. You get access to the Throwback Collection, which is T-shirts with like Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana. And then the one that I think is I wish it was the whole Marvel Unlimited thing, but right now you get access to the Fantastic Four comic series on Marvel Unlimited. So it's basically digital comic books. But there's a bunch of stuff. Like you get a discount on Funko products as a Disney Plus member, discounts on Loungefly, all sorts of blind box things that they have. I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff. So if you're into that and you don't have a gold membership and you do have D23, if you do have Disney Plus, I would say sign up for it, because if you have the free D23 membership, you're not getting much anyway. You might as well get all these additional perks and this other stuff for free, for already paying for your Disney Plus subscription.
You could buy your D23 tickets with gold members instead of the general public.
Right. So not only that, but if you have a Visa card, every time that they sell the tickets, they also partner with Visa to also get early access for stuff as well. So, yeah, I would recommend it. I mean, again, it may not have all the bells and whistles, but if you don't have a gold membership for D23 or any other membership other than the free one, just get this one. Get the free extra stuff. Disney doesn't like to give a lot of stuff for free, so this is definitely one you want to take advantage of.
Right.
Take advantage.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Okay, cool. This is totally unrelated to Disney. On Discord, I posted Home Depot was posting some of their new Halloween content and some of their stuff. Holy cow. Oh my goodness.
I cry.
I know. So I think the nicest piece, so there, every year Lowe's and all these companies, Spirit Halloween has like a bunch of Haunted Mansion merchandise. They have like animatronics and tombstones and mugs and rugs and blankets and everything, right? Like they put stuff all over the merch sphere is what I'm gonna call it from now on. But the Home Depot announced that one of the items that's coming to their stores is a 6.5 foot Maleficent animatronic. It
sucks to be me right now.
It looks so good. Here, I'm bringing this up. Look at this. How great does this thing look?
Look at that.
Let's do the 360 view. Dun, 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 dun,
And she
dun,
doesn't
dun.
look generic. That is the best part.
Right?
I'm sure she talks. It says animated, so that means she talks and blinks and things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at the face.
Oh, I want that.
It looks so good. This is one of those pieces where I would almost be afraid to put it out in the yard because I feel like it's something people would want to help themselves to.
Right.
But I don't have enough space in the house to put something this cool anywhere.
Right.
But here's a video. Look at this.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I set my trap for a peasant, and lo, I catch a prince.
How good is
Away
this?
with him, but gently, my pets.
Like punching the air.
Creatures much worse than witches lurk in the forest untrod.
Excuse me?
As elegant as
Okay,
she
that's
is
not her
Wait,
anymore.
what?
I think
That was
I think
some
that
other
was-
voiceover explaining the
was
That's
animatronic.
a narration of like, she is 6
Exactly.
feet tall and comes with a power cord.
Yeah. I think they were
Gosh.
trying really hard to match the Maleficent energy, and
No.
it did not happen. But yeah, this animatronic is so good. I mean, it's not a full-blown animatronic, right? But
You know
that's
what?
I'm saying.
I'm gonna throw it out there. If someone buys this, and if you have extra stuff on hand, like projectors, I would love you forever if you put a projection of a dragon right behind her.
Oh my God, it's so
Please
good.
tag us if you do
Or
this.
just one of those big inflatable dragons.
Or tag me.
Yeah. This looks so good,
So
man. I mean,
cool.
even for like, and it's not cheap, right? It's
No.
around $300 for this one.
It's worth it.
But
this
is like
economy?
in this economy, exactly. But I would say that yes, in this economy, but this is one of those pieces where it's not just the Disney tax that's added to this one. This is legit like a good looking product. Like compared to some of the other stuff, like, you know, when you're paying $30 for a styrofoam tombstone, you know, from the you know what I mean? Like at Spirit Halloween, you're paying like $30-$40 or whatever for one of those little tombstone things.
Right.
This is worth the money, especially because it's an investment that as a Disney fan, every year for Halloween, you're bringing this out. You can make it a piece to decorate inside your house. You know, that's kind of how I felt about that Doom Buggy thing that I wanted to get. But I
Right.
mean, even that thing was like legit too big for me to fit. Like, I mean, this is really the space that I have. This is not a very big room. It's a very small room.
Right.
And, you know, this is basically a quarter of it right here. So you could tell how packed I already am in this room. I don't have a lot of space. So to put the Doom Buggy or even something like this is not an easy task. This is definitely an outdoor situation thing.
It is, but here, see, this is if I had in my head of imagination, if I had the space and the ceiling for it, I'd keep her up there. I'd put her next to my Christmas tree so she could look like she's presenting it every day.
Oh my God.
That's just me. I don't
That'd be
have that
so
space,
good.
so if you do that, please again tag us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So anyway, the reason it came to mind is because I was thinking more and more about Halloween. I know that last week I started off the episode talking about how I was already ready for Halloween.
Yeah.
And, you know, Andrew was among one of those people that are like, it's only July, sir. I'm like, I get it. But I remember at the time that I was talking about it, there was speculation about Hollywood Horror Nights and, you know, the Wyatt Six, which is Bray Wyatt's creation, and The Fiend and stuff like that, potentially coming to a maze at Hollywood Horror Nights. And within a day or two of that episode releasing, it became official. The Wyatt Six are officially coming to Halloween Horror Nights. I am beside myself because it's one of those situations where, like, I wish I could go. You know, I saw the trailer for it. Here, I'm just going to play the trailer. It's not Disney related, but, you know, if you're a theme park fan and Halloween Horror Nights fan, I think this is going to be one of the, at least I'm crossing my fingers that it is, but I think this is going to be one of the better mazes this year. So the video is essentially a room. It's got some WWE merchandise. It has some posters of the Wyatt Six. A poster
weird
that
shaped
says,
TV.
"Let us in." And on the TV, you're seeing the depiction, a lot of glitchy video of the members of the Wyatt Six, capped off.
I'm
with
pretty sure
the
that's
Uncle Howdy
ZZ
character.
Top.
No, that's Uncle Howdy.
That's ZZ Top.
That is the Uncle Howdy character.
It was like cowboy hat, big beard, or like
Yeah.
a hat.
So
It was ZZ Top, but
Not
like
ZZ Top
if
at all.
ZZ Top was in The Ring. That's
No.
you know the Ring where she comes out of the TV.
That's what
It's
it looks
like-
like. It's a
yeah.
glitchy video.
But it's like,
Yeah.
ZZ Top was in there instead of that girl.
I know I said that I was gonna bring it on for a future episode. I'm wondering if I should save it for closer to Halloween at this point.
Yeah.
But I took my Uncle Howdy mask out of the box that it was stored in the garage, and I have it available. So maybe I'll do it on the next episode, or I don't know. Maybe I'll save it for Halloween. I think it's close enough. That way you could call me ZZ Top for like 30 seconds when I'm wearing the mask.
Well, you
but
gotta have a big long beard.
I can make that happen.
All right.
I can make that happen. Okay, so let's shift back into the Disney mindset here. Let's go back to Fantastic Four.
To the future. No.
Tomorrowland.
Ba-da-dum.
So I don't think we're going to see Back to the Future in Tomorrowland anytime soon.
Probably not.
Over on Discord, I asked a question, or I made a comment about Tomorrowland because they started doing these projections on Space Mountain that featured the Fantastic Four. And they're pretty nice projections, as a matter of fact. I don't have a link up right now. When I'm editing the episode, if I can find the video, I'll play it here so that you can see what I'm talking about. But you've both seen the projections, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So to describe them briefly, from what I remember, basically they're projecting onto the side panels of Space Mountain. They seem to rise up almost as if they're window shades that are rising up and revealing space behind them. And you see the different members of the Fantastic Four fly by and stuff like that. It's not a very long light show. It's not like a very long projection show.
Yeah, it's
probably like 20 or
minutes.
30 seconds long. It's like really short. But it's got some great music attached to it.
Let's
Music
see.
that is part of like the film and stuff like that. There's also been videos of Herbie going around the park, specifically, of course, in Tomorrowland, because members of the Fantastic Four were also in the park as well. As a matter of fact, I do have the Herbie video. I can quickly show you that. This is what that video looks like. So here he is, just
Hi, Herbie.
wheeling around Tomorrowland.
Hi, Herbie. Welcome.
So Herbie is home in Tomorrowland is where that video ended.
For a limited time.
For a
Disneyland
limited
70.
time. Exactly. But when you look at the color scheme of the Fantastic Four and you feel the vibe of Tomorrowland, the aesthetic of the film itself, and this like retro futuristic like look of the film, that's Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what it represented. That's what it's always been. Like, can we just overlay the Fantastic Four in Tomorrowland and just call it a day? Like, can we just, and not have to worry about what Tomorrowland is going to be going forward? Like, maybe they got some attractions and they give us some new stuff, of course. But, I mean, this feels like it's what we've been waiting for almost.
Finally, yeah. I mean, I think majority of Disney fans have been waiting for some life to take over Tomorrowland. It would be awesome if it were to be. Oh, I'm trying not to spoil stuff. Fantastic Four fits. If they want to do that, do it. Bring back. It'll, like you said, it harks back to the 1960s when all of that, just the space age and everything, and it would be awesome. I do not care that if it's Marvel, it fits. And Herbie's adorable. We need more robots. So Yes.
I mean, this is the thing is like people. I think this is the, thing people have been rumoring and talking about the most is this retrofuturism, 1960s Googie architecture, the blues and the whites and the silvers. I mean, Space Mountain is considered Googie architecture, and so bringing all of that in, having hopefully this film does really well and can lead to a Tomorrowland redo, because the Tomorrowland, I think the people, when they think fondly of Tomorrowland, they think of the 1960s and 1970s Tomorrowland, the People Mover, Adventures Through Inner Space. Space Mountain didn't come till 77, but still, all like right when Space Mountain opened, I think is kind of where people see Tomorrowland as its like sweet spot. And it needs, I mean, we've said it for forever, and people have been saying it for since the early 2000s. Tomorrowland needs to be redone. Tomorrowland needs to have a cohesive theme. Tomorrowland feels like it's just slapped together as a dumping ground for whatever. Who cares? Like, and we've talked about it. Keep Space Mountain, get rid of the rest of it. Like, it's fine. Or keep Space Mountain, keep the bones of Buzz Lightyear and keep the bones of Star Tours and make them different things, and just do the architecture different. Bring the People Mover back, demolish the Carousel Theater and put something there. Like, it doesn't even have to be like that much stuff. It just could be some paint and re-overlaying the rides that are already there. I think just to make Tomorrowland, because right now they're kind of stuck in this because Walt Disney World's Tomorrowland is kind of like the gee whiz technology, 50s version almost of 40s 50s version of the future, from comic books.
Right.
Like, that's kind of what Walt Disney World's sort of is. So and then we have Paris, which is Jules Verne. It's and it's almost steampunk, and as long as they pick
which is one of my favorite, by the way.
Sure, but it's brown, and I don't really see Tomorrow as brown.
No.
At least I don't want to see Tomorrow as brown.
The steampunk
Something
aesthetic
similar.
is definitely older and
Well, and that's
stuff,
why it's
so.
Discoveryland. It's not Tomorrowland.
Right.
It's
right.
it's a different land. So yeah, I would be completely happy with the stylization that we're seeing. I haven't seen Fantastic Four, but what we've seen in the marketing and everything, that lends itself very well to Tomorrowland. And who knows, maybe they'll do a Fantastic Four Space Mountain actual overlay instead of a 1.5-minute projection show.
Is Innovention still the Star Wars launch bay?
So I heard something recently that they opened up maybe they opened up the Darth Vader and Chewbacca meet and greets again.
Really?
Supposedly, it could have been old news, but the upstairs is a lounge for a DVC lounge, and then they do the fireworks viewing on the balcony. But
I see.
But the
Okay.
lower level is the scale. It's Star Wars Launch Bay was abandoned. Everything's still in there. They Galaxy's Edge model and all those display cases with all the Star Wars stuff. It's still in there. It's just
because the reason
things.
I'm asking is because we can harbor back to when they had some of the exhibits in there. I just, as I map these things out in my head, if they did bring Fantastic Four to Tomorrowland, theoretically we could have like an updated version of the Monsanto house of the future, right? But it would be the Baxter building or the inside like Reed Richards' lab or something. Like they could deck out the entire first floor of Interventions and just call it the Baxter building or something, right? And they could have Herbie like rolling around in there. It could be a more permanent place to have the Fantastic Four meet and greets and throw Chewbacca and Darth Vader to, Galaxy's Edge so people can go there and get their meet and greets and stuff done. And obviously there's a lot of other stuff that they can do to modify. Imagine Autopia, if they do decide to keep Autopia, because I think a lot of us are on the bandwagon of maybe it's time to retire that attraction.
Well, they said they're updating the engines, right? Like that was a thing, so
so if they're
be around for a
updating
little
that,
while,
and we're keeping Autopia, imagine it's the hover car, right, from Fantastic Four. Imagine if a lot of those bodies look like the bodies of their car,
right?
So it becomes more of a cohesive theme around the park.
That's all we're asking for.
And plus, Mel, since you've seen this, I don't think I'm spoiling much because I think this happens in the first 5 or so minutes of the film.
Well, you haven't seen it yet, right?
I have not seen it.
Put up the spoiler alert, Heyzen.
No, we don't need a spoiler alert because it's in the first 5 minutes. It's in the credits, if I'm not mistaken. But Mel, validate this for me. Is it true that as part of the opening sequence of the film, the music playing in the background is of Disneyland's People Mover?
Oh, wait. I don't think I made that connection.
I was told.
Gosh, I need to watch it again.
I was told that as they were editing that one of the surprises was going to be that in the opening sequence, the music in the background was going to be a piece from Disneyland's People Mover music.
I wouldn't be shocked though.
So according to r/Disneyland 6 days ago, it says Nation on Wheels from the People Movers early days is featured in a montage in the movie.
Is it in the opening, or did I spoil something?
Oh, wow. It's
montage of the house preparation early in the film.
Well, how far in is the house prep?
Okay. I was like, it doesn't say.
There's a lot.
Like when I'm assuming they're getting ready for the baby. We know there's a baby.
Right. That they have to give up or something. Or that they want them to give up. It's in the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling anything. That part's in the trailer. That's how they hook you. That's why they want you to go to see if they actually give the baby away. So, all right. Well, that's fun.
Like,
I'm glad that that's
here.
true.
Like I can't say nothing.
It's been one of the things that I know that as we plan to go watch the film that I've had in the back of my mind that I want to make that connection. And it kind of validates the idea of how well the Fantastic Four fits in Tomorrowland. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I know we're talking about the park and stuff like that, but I want to hear what you thought about the film because I know that so far it's been very well received, and as far as I've heard so far, people are saying this is actually one of the better Marvel movies in a really long time.
That is correct.
Really?
That is very correct, and it's not because it's not the story, it's how beautiful certain scenes are. And I kind of wish that they would sell prints of certain scenes because it's just so beautiful. The music, Michael Giacchino, brilliant. It's like one of those movies that just hits every like what you want to see in a movie, you know, besides story, actors, and all of that. Um, Actors, the cast was fantastic. Um, my favorite though is not Pedro. It's Vanessa Kirby who plays Sue Storm. I feel she steals most of the scenes um, in just a badass way. Like there's I out of all the Lady Marvel characters, superheroes, gosh, I want to she's probably number 1.
Even more than my new best friend Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
You guys are buddies.
Yes. Yes, and it's not um because I just saw this film. It's just every single thing like I'm excited for you to watch this because it's just that good. Like they really took care of this film. And this was the proper way to be like MCU is back, and I just it just it's that good. Like the critics are right, the scores are right. Um I would totally see it again. And if you do, go see it in Dolby because it's so much fun with all the shaking.
Like, did you see it in 4DX? Or just
Yes.
like with the Dolby speakers?
Oh no no no.
You didn't get the moving seat where like
No,
shakes
I didn't
you
get
like
the movie seats. No, no, no. But it was just that good. Um,
They have it in 4DX.
so I'm laughing because while you were talking about Tomorrowland and you were naming things, I'm like hitting it right on the nose for you. But I can't. I won't say what, but you've been hitting like little things. Like it's just you're gonna make connections of Tomorrowland in that film. And there was some things I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is cool because I remember think of Innoventions and the
Okay.
Dream Home. You're gonna get a little bit of that. Um, the action scene, nothing is boring. The dialogue isn't boring. Nothing. I want to say nothing drags. Every to me, I thought my favorite scenes were like those in space. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
beautiful. Um,
Did they have a Star Trader with a little Mickey neon thing? Is that why it's gonna make me think of Tomorrowland?
You'll
Is
see.
that one of the
I'm
stores
not
in the
gonna-
film?
I can't say anything, but
Do they have a
uh,
Honey I Shrunk the Audience in there somewhere?
no. But I'm
Oh.
kicking myself
Captain
for
EO?
not hearing. No. I'm just kicking myself that I because everything in the first 5 minutes, there's just so much happening, so much eye candy that I couldn't just. I, I was looking at everything. I didn't catch the people mover thing, but I wouldn't put it past whoever says it or whoever brought it up, because it just after you watch the movie, you're gonna be like, yeah, the whole film just fits. Like the style fits, the music fits. This could be Tomorrowland. This is fine, and that's cool. The the villains, like everyone was just so good. Like there the story and how everything plays out. I didn't see certain things coming. I don't read the comic books. I don't know anything about the comic books. I've said that over and over. But you don't need to because you kind of you could get through it. Ooh, there's my mic. Sorry. Um, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and I see a lot of potential. Um, don't leave after credits. Don't leave.
Is there a mid and a post? So
two.
2 end credit scenes? Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yes.
Good to know.
The 2 hours didn't. It just went by fast. Oh, can I quickly? I do have some. I have a complaint o'clock. It is not about the film.
Oh.
No. So, I want you guys to help me understand this. You watch there's all the trailers, right? 30 minutes of trailers. I went to the AMC, so you see Nicole Kidman. She's talking about going to the movies, right?
Oh, she loves going to the
Usually-
movies.
Yeah. So you you kind of expect, oh, okay, the film's coming up after, right? You see the last trailer, you see her. I know there's a pause. It's because I'm holding my hands and I'm trying not to get really upset.
I could
but
tell you're
why?
holding some words back.
Why were we forced to see Avatar's number 5?
Oh God.
Why were we forced to watch that before the film started? I hated it.
Disney,
I
guess.
hated it. I'm like, Nicole came out. Start the film. That's
yeah.
the thing. Don't you dare be
That's-
sneaky.
That bothers me.
You're
Yeah.
so funny.
I hate it. It's like, okay, you could have shown it right after Tron. Show it, and then let's watch the film. Don't force us into this. I was like annoyed. So that's a heads up.
I could see why this would annoy you because there
I don't
are
care for the
certain
film.
points. Well, I don't care for the film either, which is why I'm not
It's
like
the biggest movie franchise on the planet.
whatever.
I don't know what to
that's-
tell you. They're the highest grossing
listen,
films of all time.
I don't care for it, and that's why I'm excited for the construction in the parks, but I'm like Avatar,
Yeah.
great, whatever. It is what it is at this point. We're getting it because Disney likes it.
I
but-
always forget. Have you watched Avatar?
The first
Oh
one,
yeah,
yes.
and I fell asleep.
Okay. And you fell
Like,
asleep.
I
Well, then
was-
you don't
it was
even
just
know
too
what
long.
happened.
It was too long. I eventually finished it.
Yeah,
Put it
I
on
tried.
1.5 speeds of speed.
you can't do that on Disney Plus and some other.
Oh, you got to own the
platforms.
Blu-ray then.
Why would I pay for it if I don't like it? Sheesh.
So,
No,
Anyway,
so-
continue your thought.
So here's the thing. I agree with Mel on this one. I haven't seen it, but I would be frustrated as well because when you go to the movies, there are certain points in the trajectory of what they show you where it signals, okay, the film's coming up. Nicole Kidman is one of those things where when she
Right.
comes on the screen and she tells you the magic of going to the movies and going to AMC and experiencing, I don't know what she says, but the point is that she tells you she loves going to the movies and then the film starts. For them to show you something other than what you were expecting after Nicole Kidman, that's, I'm just going to say it, that's hogwash.
it is. It is.
I don't have AMC where I am, so I have no idea what goes on in an AMC.
I, for that, am going to go watch it at another theater, not an AMC.
You're still going to see the Avatar
I
Fire
better
and Ash
not.
trailer.
I
It's-
better not.
You know what?
I'm
wonder-
warning you now, Fandango.
I wonder if this happened to other theaters. I'm so curious. Like, if you
It's
guys
a
have
Disney
seen the
movie. They're going to put the trailer in front of it.
I don't
no,
know.
but
I'm going to start yelling chicken jockey if it does.
I mean, it's. I would understand if it's part of the trailers. I got it, but to be a surprise and it kind of looked like an opening scene, which threw me off. And I'm like, whoa, this is.
See,
isn't-
that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's like you're all geared up for one thing and then like they pull the rug out from under you. That's horrible.
But
So I
I
looked-
hope you get to see the Tron trailer because hearing Nine Inch Nails, fun.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did you see I know we talked about Comic-Con early on and that one of the biggest things that they did was the Tron airy stuff.
With all the
Uh,
lasers
Brian-
and everything.
Yeah, Brian, FGP Squad member, our pal Brian, sent us a video where in like driving around San Diego, there was a bunch of like motorcyclists on what looked like light cycles, dressed up in the full like
So cool.
glowing red garb, like just driving around San Diego, around the convention center where Comic-Con was. It was super cool. That, and then like the drone show with Galactus and stuff like that. I think the narration for the Galactus drone show was the Silver Surfer, saying stuff about how people need to bow down to Galactus and stuff like that. So, pretty much what they said in the film.
Give him
I'm
your
paraphrasing.
baby.
Yes, give up your baby, or the world will face the consequences.
So I did find a track listing for the Fantastic Four, all the music that needle drops, as you may say. So yeah, Nation on Wheels by George Bruns, which was it was made for Ford's Magic Skyway originally for the 1964 World's Fair, and then went to had associations with the People Mover and
Ford Magic Skyway.
Well, and the monorail. Like, I think it was like also played on the monorail at one point.
See,
they were all
I
futuristic
did
looking.
see his name.
Yeah. It's the one that's like...
That's what I heard.
Also on this list is the Monster Mash, which I think is funny. I don't know what context the Monster Mash comes in, but that's fun.
It was a midnight smash.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Come
It does
on in a
play.
flash.
Yeah.
And then all these other ones I don't know.
Interesting.
The other needle drops are Guanacao, Juan Garcia Esquez. I'm bad at
I don't
pronouncing.
know.
Guanacoa. And then the Oogum Boogum song, Brenton
Brenton
Wood.
Wood, yeah. Oldie.
Let's Get Lost, Chet Baker, A Taste of the Same, The Bad Seeds, Yours Is the Life, Paul Martin, Monster Mash by Bobby Pickett and the Crypt Kickers.
I think you might want to
And
stop.
Did you...
It's just
There's
music.
I know, but
Mel, did
there's-
you ever watch any of the other Fantastic Four films?
Yes.
Like the
Not
last one
the-
that had
not
like
the
Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch,
I
and
didn't see
the
that
one
one.
with was Jessica Alba,
Chris
was
Evans?
Sue Storm, and like Chris Evans was Human Torch in that version.
I saw the first
Yeah.
original one.
Okay,
I
that
didn't
was
see
Rise
first
of the
one.
Silver Surfer, I think. With
No, that's the
Jessica
second
Alba.
one. They had two of those.
Oh, right.
There was the
Um,
Fantastic Four, which was the original one,
and then Rise of the Silver
and then
Surfer.
Rise of the
was
Silver
second one.
Surfer. Yeah.
From those films to this one, would you say this is like the best
Cream
version of the
crop.
Fantastic Four?
Yes,
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you said
Yes,
that
I'm-
Vanessa Kirby is the scene stealer in
Yes.
this one. Is it true that throughout the film that I guess the chemistry between Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby like really elevated their scenes, like it was like much more believable because of kind of like their relationship off screen?
I want to say that's with everyone. Like
Really?
everyone was just so cohesive. Ben steals your heart,
I feel like
Like-
Ben sometimes like
and it's like
Yes, chef.
the way that they in
Isn't
the
he in that
scenes
chef
of
show?
like how they, I guess as a family, you know how you kind of make jokes at each other and stuff, and it
Yeah.
just flowed so well. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel fake. I mean, I'm telling you, this cast was awesome.
That's great to hear. I'm looking forward to this one. When I started hearing most people posting and saying that this is that one, the film wasn't like the 2 hours didn't. You said
didn't
it like
feel
it didn't
long.
feel forced. Like it didn't feel
No.
long at all. That in some cases there are some Marvel films that you feel like, okay, this can be the ending, and then it just kept going, you know,
Yeah.
and then they add more scenes, and yeah, you know, they kind of extend them for the purpose of extending them. That this was like everything had a purpose in the film, that the story was really well paced, that overall it was much more enjoyable than a lot of the other films that have come out recently. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm glad that I'm gonna get an opportunity to watch it next week, and
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
give you my thoughts after that as well. So
You're gonna be geeking out.
yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. This whole connection to Tomorrowland, I think, is the thing that excites me the most about this, because we're not the only ones to talk about it. There's
Right.
plenty of other people that mention how Tomorrowland needs an overhaul, and if this is it finally, like I like you said, Andrew, I hope that this film, I think the box office is already like
I'll
insane
tell
for
you.
this.
I will tell you.
Let me see. According to this article, it's already over 170 million.
Let's see. Domestic, it's made 117 million. Worldwide total is 241 million. And it opened July 25th, so 5 days
So 5
ago.
days.
It's made 250 million.
It's still a
worldwide.
ways away from that billion mark,
Oh, it'll get there.
but what was Superman's box office? Because Superman
Did really well too.
is another film that
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth, man. I've been listening to people talk about that, and I've been watching the trailers for it. It also looks really good.
Superman's been out since July 9th, so 21 days. It's made 510 worldwide, 214 international, 296 domestic. So I mean, in 5 days, Fantastic Four has already made half that.
That's insane.
But let's
Yeah.
see what is its 5-day? Does it tell? Will
Definitely
it tell
worth
me?
the price of the ticket. Definitely worth it. Sometimes you're like, oh,
1, 2,
it's
3,
so
4,
expensive, but no,
Yeah.
no, no.
2, 3, 4,
Worth it.
5.
That's good
It's
to know.
5-day. Superman's 5-day was 155 million.
It's Fantastic Four's opening day.
No. So okay. So they're about evenly paced right now on their earnings. They're in about the same place as Superman was in its 5-day.
Yeah. I feel like Superman slowed down a little bit because there was a bunch of controversy that was linking it to just dumb things. But, I've heard nothing but good things about the new Superman film. So that's another one that's on my list of hopefully we get an opportunity to watch.
Yeah, and it's Superman is like it wasn't even released in China. It's not like a big Superman is
Right.
very much an American superhero.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes me excited about Superman is the fact that James Gunn was doing it.
Yeah.
Because
Did you
James Gunn
see-
is such a comic book freak that everything so far that I've seen from James Gunn on the comic book side of things, he hasn't disappointed with it yet.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. He
So
got a standing ovation at Comic-Con.
did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. What was he doing? What was the panel for?
I think I don't remember the panel, but I just saw the small clip of him being there. I guess when they announced him, and then people were just cheering, and they started just standing up for him, which
That's
is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Deserved.
That's great. He very much deserves it. He's done a lot of good things to try to save the DC. I don't even know if they want to call it the DCEU, but I guess that's what it is, right?
I mean, it's something different. I mean, they're calling it something different now because it's also the DCEU is never its official name or it's very confusing on what people said was official, and then somebody was like,
Right.
no, never mind, it wasn't, and da 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 da, and we didn't have a name, and blah 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 blah.
Well,
So
You know what?
I think they're
Maybe
claiming
they don't need one. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I also think that they're trying to move away from that because they rushed into it so much that they
Yeah.
knew it didn't do as well as they
Right.
wanted to, because they were just trying to immediately compete with the MCU. So
right, they're like, how about we do what we MCU did in 12 years? We'll do it in 3.
yeah. So, yeah, I think James Gunn knows how to take his time, and he knows how to tell a story, and he's a great director. So, I'm looking forward to Superman and whatever else he brings, depending
I
on
think the
where
next
Warner
one's
Brothers lands with
Supergirl.
like.
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
think Supergirl's the next one.
Yeah. Cool.
But did you see George Lucas was at Comic-Con?
That was like his first time.
His very first time
Yep.
being at Comic-Con, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was promoting his museum.
Which is awesome.
Is it open now? Is that
No,
No,
it's
next
not
year.
open
It's
yet.
September of
I
next
think
year
it's
or this year?
I think it's later this year.
I thought it was September this year.
Oh, I thought it was 2026.
I'm going to tell you right
yeah,
now.
You might be right.
No, but it's expected to open in 2026. It doesn't have an opening
Hey!
date. It's
Oh.
been pushed back due to various factors, including
where I got
supply
September
chain
from.
issues.
What?
It was originally planned for 2025. So,
Okay,
When it
that's
does
why
open,
I must
field
have thought
trip.
2025. Yeah, seriously, the building itself looks so good.
it was
Oh my
originally
goodness.
supposed to open in 2023 apparently.
Really?
Apparently it's supposed to open in 2022.
Wow. So they're just gonna
Yeah,
keep
but
pushing it back by
I'm
2 years and
sure-
2 years and 2 years.
I'm reading this article from the LA Times that is like they broke ground in 2018.
But I'm sure COVID stopped a lot of that.
Right. In April 2021, the museum pushed its targeted 2022 debut by a year to 2023, and then 2025, and then they pushed it again to 25, and then again to 26.
Interesting.
I mean, it's humongous.
it is.
I mean, it's next to the
It's
the Rose
such a
Bowl
gorgeous
or
looking
whatever.
building, though. The architecture of the building is just so beautiful.
It looks like a
I
friggin'
love it.
spaceport. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Art.
It's so good. Yeah, it is a piece of art. You're right. All right, I think that's where we're gonna end the episode for this week. If you had a chance to watch Fantastic Four or Superman, let us know what you thought. I would love to hear your thoughts on potentially bringing the Fantastic Four to Tomorrowland. Obviously, if you've seen it, you've made more of the connections that Mel is talking about. Andrew and I have yet to see it, but there's enough in the visuals and even the social media posts that Disney's posting that just make it such a good fit. So let us know what you think. Leave your thoughts over on Discord. We'd love to have you as a part of the community. You can also leave a comment on the YouTube video for this episode, or send us a message over on Instagram as well. We'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, that's it. Anything else before we wrap up?
Don't forget to send in those questions for Quizneyland's 100th episode.
Yes, it's coming up super
Got
quick.
some came in already. I posted over on Discord. I
Nice.
think I posted on my Facebook. But yeah, if you've got a question you want to try and stump me with, or you just your favorite Disney trivia or Disney adjacent trivia, send it over to info@podketeers.com. And
Comments
sorry,
at
comments,
podketeers.com.
not info. I was doing another thing with info. Ignore me. Comments at podketeers.com. And send your question and answer, and I guess send who you are too. I didn't think about that before, but yeah, send who's sending it if you don't want to be anonymous.
Unless you want to be anonymous.
If you want to
and
be
then,
anonymous, that's fine.
It's also fine.
Yeah.
You could be anonymous. I'd rather have some questions than no questions. So send them in. It's going to be a
Yes.
fun episode. So
Definitely will be fun. All right, that's it. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
Now do the song for the People Mover to take us out.
Something like that.